Hi, you guys. So I wanted to come on here and just briefly talk about things that I've been going through. But anyway, yesterday I was having an extremely bad day, and God brought me to Timothy. So as I was reading Timothy yesterday, I came across this verse. It's in chapter 6, verse 12, and it says, "Fight the good fight for the truth of faith." And that that right there, as soon as I read it, I'm like, thank you, God, because I was struggling with everything that has happened and everything that's been going on. And just feeling like, am I being heard? Are people realizing what's going on? Like, and then, God brought me to this, verse here. And I was thinking, like, God does know what's going on. God's the God who sees all, He sees all things. And I just want to share this because it's important to me that I speak on this. Um, I have been in my hometown being like harassed, gang stalked, been harassed by even police officers, just being treated very unfairly. And I really didn't know why. So I started praying and praying and praying to God, like, please just explain to me why, what's going on. What's like, I'm lost at what's even happening, but I know for sure I'm being followed. I know for sure people are trying to harass me. I know for sure, and during this time, it was around the time that I lost my dad. So, like, you guys, I couldn't even go to the cemetery literally without cars. Like, I couldn't even grieve my own dad without these cars, like, just circling around me, and like following me, and like would not leave me alone. And as I started praying to God, the more I prayed, the more I gave all my problems to God, the more I started realizing, and God started giving me pieces to the puzzle of what was going on and what's happening and why. And I'm like, oh, wow. And now that I understand it, I am mind blown by all of it, honestly. But I also want to say, like, for anyone that I've ever hurt, please forgive me, because I don't understand how people I once loved or cared about could go against me, because I personally wouldn't do that to them. But to each their own. Um, but if I did ever hurt you or offend you, I'm sorry, and I want you guys to know that I forgive you guys in return. And I just want to say this, as God told me yesterday: fight the good fight for the truth of faith. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to fight, and I'm going to continue to speak on it, and I'm going to continue to say what I want, because it's not fair, first off, because I didn't do anything to anyone. And secondly, like, when I have God, why wouldn't I continue to fight? Why wouldn't I continue to be a voice of, even like an advocate for people who are being gang stalked? It's not a good feeling. It does make you feel like you're going crazy. It does make you feel like, you know, when you're telling everyone that you love, like, hey, people are following me, this is going on, and the people that you love are telling you, like, no, it's all in your head, like, it was those drugs you did, and I'm thinking, like, no, I know that it's not that. I'm being followed, I'm being harassed, I'm being, and no one's listening to me. And literally, the only person I had, and I thank God for him every day, was God. I had to say, okay, you know what? Like, no one is listening to me. I'm going to pray and seek God even harder than I have ever, before. And I thank God that I did, because I have a beautiful relationship with God now. But I want you guys to know I'm not going to stop fighting. I'm going to keep speaking on it. And my ancestors aren't going to stop. We're going to continue to, fight full force. And no justice, no peace. That's just how it's going to be. Like, if y'all get tired of seeing my face, then so be it. If y'all get tired of hearing me talk about it, well, then so be it. You guys try to unalive me, for goodness sake. You guys had me hiding under a tree for 3 hours. You guys, you know, yeah, I can't even explain it, because this night was insanely crazy. But there was a night where I was on the loop, and you're only supposed to go 65 miles an hour on the loop. And like, I literally had cars tailing me. and just driving so fast past me and just being very evil and mean, And this night I ended up being like, I've had it already. Like, I'm done. These cars are following me. I'm like trying to go as fast as I can on the loop, trying to get away from these cars. And they were going even faster. And I'm thinking, like, what is going on? And like a dummy, I still think about this all the time. And I just thank God that He kept me safe and the people involved safe. But I was just so mad that I turned my car around. I started driving head on towards them. Like, if you guys aren't going to leave me alone, then come on. Then what is it? What do y'all want? And I think about that night all the time because that night was extremely crazy. I mean, after all of that happened, I remember trying to go to the police station and there were police cars blocking me from actually going to the police station. So I'd done like a full U-turn, like a fast U-turn in front of them and took off like speeding fast and not one cop followed me. So I know they knew what was going on. Um, and I was scared. And I remember God just telling me like, I could hear like my safe zones were like the fire stations and like the schools or like where my children were like with their dad. And that night I decided to go to a fire station and I stayed there. And I remember the next morning, the guys coming out and like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And I know how crazy it sounds. So if you guys are being gang stalked or followed, just know that like there are people that are going through the same exact thing, and like we understand. We know you're not alone. Um, because I can only imagine how crazy I sounded when I was telling these firefighters, like, yeah, people are following me, and like, but it's true, it's the truth, and like, I also want you guys, and I want to encourage you guys to stand up for it, stand up for yourself, stand up for who you are, because these are just nothing but like bullies. These are people that probably have bullied people their entire lives, or that just obviously are so unhappy with themselves and in their lives that they feel the need to bully people. um but stand up for yourself. Like I've said it before and I'll say it again, the most these people can do is, or for me I know, is kill me, and I'm not afraid of dying, especially since I built this beautiful relationship with God. Like, I'm not afraid of it because I know where I'm gonna go. But do you guys know where you guys are gonna go? Because that's something you guys should really think about. I mean, you guys antagonizing one person and like making their life completely miserable is insane. But I have given all my problems, even the gang stalking, the wicked, the witches, the black magic, all of it that's been going on, which all sounds crazy, I know, but it has been, to God. And I'm going to leave it in God's hands, and I'm going to let God have His vengeance on you guys and not that of my own, because obviously when I try to do it on my own, that was a terrible idea. Me going head on with you guys was like one of the most dumbest things I've ever done in my entire life. And I think about that night all the time. So if I went head on with you, I'm sorry. But you guys just need to be nicer, share the love, and be nice and kind. And especially because for someone like me, who I felt like yeah, I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm far from perfect. And I have hurt people, but to intentionally, purposely try to hurt someone, I can't say that I purposely have maliciously thought out and planned out, like, let me hurt someone, let me do this and that. And no, I've never been that way. So to me, it's just mind boggling that people would be that way. But I want you guys to know that I'm always praying for y'all. And yeah, I'm going to keep fighting the good fight. And I guess we'll see who wins, because I know at the end of it, my God's going to win. I'm going to win. Like I said, whether I'm alive or not alive, because I know where I'm going. But you guys have a good day and try to be nice today and just spread the love. Bye, you guys.